and on, off and on. While everyone was busy celebrating the season and enjoying themselves, I sneaked into Abreba on the 26th of December to carry out mass production so that the people that return for Christmas and the festive season like the New Year and this period, they will be able to enjoy fresh quality bread. I was invited to rush in and deliver, carry out all night production. And so we started production. But in this video, I'm going to share with you some tips that I observed and what I use, the system I used, and how I was able to produce all night and deliver the quantity of bread that was desired and the quality. Despite the speed and pressure, we were able to maintain quality. How will you be able to maintain high quality despite pressure in production? This is what I'm going to share with you and give you some deep details on how to manage your bakery production line. One of the basic things that you should focus on in bakery business is quality and consistency. What I mean by that is that there are bakeries that when they start production, the quality of bread will be very nice. But along the line, the customers begin to complain because the quality has dropped. There is no consistency in quality. You grab the attention of the customers as they flock in, as they continuously flock in and recommend their product to so many persons. As production increase, as demand increase, quality drops. What causes that? In most cases, is because the recipe was not a balanced recipe. The recipe was appealing to the customers but not profitable to the producer, and so he could not maintain that standard. And so for you to have quality and consistency, you must have a good recipe that will be profitable to you and appealing to the customers, attract the customers, be very nice. Your product must be very nice, and then you have that consistency. But if you just formulate recipe, lavish your butter, lavish everything, and then you produce high quality bread, push it out, and everyone will clap. Everyone start clapping. After the clapping, after 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month production, customers begin to observe that their production quality or their product quality is dropping, is reducing, and then you start losing customers. You have to come up with a good quality recipe that will be profitable to you and still be acceptable by customers. That way, you will maintain your quality and on a consistent basis. Now, the second part is your equipment management ability. Sometimes the bakers don't know how to manage the equipment. You set temperature anyhow, the mixer is still running, this one is still running here, and then there is no coordination in the equipment management. Somebody is not really supervising, overseeing everything. Now, what I do whenever I step in for production, I don't manage all the equipment alone, but my eyes are on all of them. What I do is I assign somebody to manage the oven, another person to manage the mixing, which is the mixer, and conduct the mixing while I focus on the table to do one thing or the other. But while I am cutting, scaling, doing the scaling and molding, my eyes are on the oven. My attention is still on the mixing. Once in a while, I look at it. I look at this. That is the type of baker you need. Someone who is able to coordinate everything, to ensure quality production. There are so many bakeries I visited, and I observed that there are those that claim to master the cutting, so they no longer use scale. They just use their hands, and once they hold it, weigh it like they scale it with their hands, then they assume that it's accurate, and then they continuously cut. You're wasting money. It can never be accurate. It must be 50 grams difference or 20 grams, 30 grams. Now, let's assume that your production for the day was 3,000 loaves. Now, multiply 3,000 by 50. You can imagine that the quantity, you almost waste none less than 10 kg of bread or 10 kg of dough that you added little to all these mistakes. So, if you're a manager, do not allow anybody to claim that to claim to be an expert and avoid the scale and start cutting, just cutting fast like that with hand randomly. It can never be accurate. You should learn how to scale very fast. There's a way we do it. No, we were when I was serving my master, we were competing. The one who is cutting is an expert in cutting. He knows how to cut and drop. And when it's when it's not okay, when it's 50 grams short, the quantity to just cut and drop, and it will be balanced and then drop like that very fast. It will not delay. It will not make the dough on the table to overrise. Meanwhile, those that are molding are busy doing it very fast. And so you see that there will be consistency in weight and the size, and everything will be smooth. That will make your bread to have that consistency and accuracy. Now, there's something you should learn or train your people: speed and accuracy. I'm always emphasizing on accuracy, speed and accuracy. If your workers are not fast, they will not be able to meet up the target of the day. I tell you the truth. Maybe you just begin production using half bag, or maybe you are thinking that your business will remain like that. You have to use that level to learn how to be fast, because something big is coming. There will be a stage. If you maintain quality and the recipe is good and you maintain it that way, I tell you, in less than a year, if you started with 10 kg, in less than a year, you'll be able to be producing not less than 5 bags a day. So at that stage, if you're not using a cutter, a dough cutter, then you have to learn how to do it very fast in order to meet up the target of the day. Now, in most cases, even when you have dough cutter, it's not the dough cutter that will do the molding. There are those that have dough cutter and there is no molding machine. Even if you have the dough cutter, the molding machine, somebody must pick the bread and pan it, prepare the pan, grease either the dough or the pan in order for the production to be fast. So there is need for speed in the factory. There is need. If everyone is so reluctant, you will not always meet up target. So train your workers to have that speed and accuracy. It will help to meet up target for the day. The final thing I want to say is you should produce different sizes of bread. You should produce the mini sliced bread, flower shaped bread, rose shaped bread. You should produce the long bread in different sizes. Just try your best to diversify, produce different sizes. It may be the same recipe, the same dough, producing different sizes of bread. There are those that will need 200 naira or 500 naira loaf, you have it. There are those that will need 1,000 naira loaf, you have it. There are those that will need 3,000 naira size, which is the jumbo size, you will have it. And you see, when you bring all together, now one thing you should know, there are locations that demand for 500 naira loaf will be very high. Now, if you don't have pans for 500 naira size of bread, you will think that there's no market in that place, that there's no demand in that place. Maybe the people want to buy the sizes that are for 500, and then you're busy producing jumbo and sliced bread. Nobody will buy. But if that area, they love the big size and high quality bread, there will be no need for that small loaves, because they will not buy. They look at it as inferior. So understand your location and diversify. Follow it and you will see your business growing. Don't just produce bread. Produce with intention. Produce with having a target. A targeted audience. You know your audience and you produce to satisfy those audience. It will help you to grow fast and make better profit. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. Don't play games this year. Be more focused, be more committed. The Lord will bless us as we continue. God bless you.